I wish I were joking, but eBay is quietly removing thousands of listings with a policy that I didn't even know existed, so I thought I would share it with you because I violated the policy a couple of times this week. I didn't even know it existed, so let's jump into it. I'm going to tell you about the policy, how I got in trouble, and then other scenarios that, thank you to all of you that I was talking to in the DMs that told me how you violated the policy so that you all can stay safe. So the official name of this policy is called the eBay Search Manipulation Policy. A little frame of reference for you all. I started reselling on eBay. That was my first ever platform. I've had my account for 16 years. I did a little digging. Apparently this policy has been known since 2008. I have never heard of it, but let me tell you what I did wrong. I received this email from eBay. It says your eBay listing has been removed for brand name misuse. And apparently this is not the only way you can violate this policy. So stick around because there are a lot of ways to trigger this policy. It says, we've determined that some of your listings have followed our brand name misuse policy. Therefore, we had to take the following actions. Listings that didn't follow our policies have been removed. A list of removed items is available further down in this email. We have credited all associated fees except for the final value fee for your listings. Please only, okay, I'm gonna try to speed this up. It's very long. Please only use search terms that describe your item accurately, adding brand, celebrity, that's what I did, or manufacturer names to a listing that was not made by that company, person, or manufacturer is not allowed. Like I said, I've been on the platform 16 years. I cannot tell you how many times, if you are new here, by the way, I live in Los Angeles, so I'm not saying every time I go thrifting or sourcing, but probably more often than other people, I find a lot of items that have been featured on celebrities. I find dresses that people have worn on TV. I find it's quite frequent. It's not every time, but at least once a month, sometimes more than that, I will find things. I'll look it up and they'll be like, hey, this was worn on Modern Family, and I'll find the picture. I never watched that show. What's the hot mom's name? Sofia Vergara? Is that her name? I've never seen this. I have watched the show, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't think it's that funny. I feel like something's wrong with me because everyone loves that show. My humor is kind of more like The Office. So I sold a dress that she wore. I'm going to show you the item that they removed. So Big Bang Theory, I sold a sweater. So oftentimes what I will do, and this is how I violated the policy, is I will put in the title, as seen on Sofia Vergara, or as seen on, I don't know the blonde's name. I'll have to pull up the listing. The blonde girl on Big Bang Theory, she wore this sweater that I showed you guys that I sourced at the Goodwill outlet. And I actually, in the main image, put the photo of her wearing the sweater, and I did a side-by-side. I made like a collage of my image of the sweater to like say, and then I said, as seen on Big Bang Theory. And then in the description, I put like what episode it was shown on, the actress that wore it. I've done this hundreds of times over the last 16 years. I've never gotten in trouble for it. But all of a sudden, this jacket that was featured on a couple TV shows must have triggered this policy. So that's how I violated it, but this is not the only way. There are so many ways to violate this policy. So let me tell you what they said. So please only use making comparisons or including unrelated terms in your listing may confuse buyers. For more information, you can search and browse manipulation policy. And they sent me a link. So what happened is they removed the listing. Let me show you what it is. So it is this Sandro coat. I actually thrifted this. By the way, if you see all this white stuff on my jacket, it's from this tree. I love this tree. I got this tree on TikTok Shop. It was on sale. I bought it after Christmas, life hack. If you're not like in a rush for Christmas decorations, I'm sure most of you that are resellers already know this. Buy your decor after the holiday. This tree during Christmas time, like from November to the end of December, was like $120, and I got it for $30 the day after Christmas. But for any of you that have had flocked trees, I don't even know if you can see it, but I am covered in the flocking. So this Sandro jacket, if you don't know this brand, it is a brand to know. It's a very expensive, oh gosh, is my camera gonna focus? Very expensive designer brand, Sandro. So this is actually a men's jacket. This jacket retailed for close to $1,000. I got it from Goodwill for $10. If you haven't seen my Come Thrift With Me videos, maybe you should watch them, friend, because I have been finding awesome stuff all of 2025. I'm currently doing a series where I take $100 and I take you along the journey of my initial $100 until I make $5,000 profit. And every single one of those videos, we go thrifting, we go to estate sales. So make sure you subscribe. The next episode, I'm on episode 4, is coming out in a couple days. So I've been finding great stuff. I paid $10 for this. Many celebrities have worn this jacket. It's men's, but I actually found it worn on Modern Family. That's why it came to mind. Some CSI show, one of the female detectives wore it. So I put that in the title, and that's what got me flagged. I put as seen on CSI and Modern Family. And then a couple of like male models wore this too, and I did not know that. So that is not the only way you can trigger this policy. Apparently, thanks to you all, and I was researching into this policy, the most common way that people get in trouble for this policy is keyword stuffing. So if you don't know what that means, let's just pretend this Sandro jacket is Chico's or Talbot's. But I want it to show up, you know, more often than not, because I feel like this is a Chanel style jacket. And I saw a jacket from Chanel that looked just like this one. So I would put Chanel inspired blue navy long oversized jacket, right, in the title. That is a big no-no. You know where I see this a lot? We've talked about this. Mercari and Depop. It's like the wild, wild west over there, friends. The things that, like, I will try to source on those websites, little reseller tip, great place to source Depop and Mercari. Just be careful, because a lot of times they are not accurately describing their items. Not all the time, but I've just come upon people just saying Chanel inspired, or it's even more like crazy than that. They will literally just say Dior jacket, and you click it and it's Croft & Barrow, or it's JCPenney. And I'm like, how? And this person has sold hundreds of items, has hundreds of items listed. So I guess on Mercari and Depop, they're a little more lax about that. But I've always known not to do that, because I don't want to mislead my buyers. I don't want to give someone a reason to be able to open a return. I want to accurately describe the item as much as I can without misleading you. So I've never done that. That's a big no-no. And that is the #1 way, I guess, that people violate this policy. But for me, now I know, which kind of stinks, because like I told you, I find so many items that are seen on TV or actors or movies. So maybe I'll just say as seen on TV. I did chat with eBay's one of their chat representatives, and he said as long as I don't put a celebrity's name, it's okay. I guess that was the issue, or a TV show's name, because it misleads the customer into thinking that CSI may have made the jacket. I don't know. That sounded so dumb to me, but whatever. I don't want to mislead the customer at all, so that's how I got in trouble. But I dug really deep into this policy, and a lot of you shared how you've gotten in trouble with this policy. So let me share some other ways, some other like true life examples of who and how this has happened to you. So we talked about keyword stuffing. We talked about me using celebrity names. Another one is using like new as an unrelated keyword. So the violation occurs when you include the following information in your listing. And this is an email that eBay sent one of you. Like new. Sellers are not permitted to include unrelated keywords. I did not know that. Did you all know that? I don't put that in my title. I'm trying to think, have I ever? Maybe when I first started a long time ago. I only put the condition if it's new with the tags. So like new with the tags Lululemon jacket, new with the tags legging, but I never put like new. I did not know that. Now I understand why a lot of people have had their listings removed, because it's very easy to violate this policy. Another one, using competing brand names in the description. So it's not even just the title, it's also the description. And apparently a lot of people are getting more violations for this policy now because, I don't know, this is speculation, but eBay has started using AI to skim through our listings, or some type of bot. So it's so much easier for them to find people that are violating it. It says, your listing contained references to competing brand names that do not apply to the item. This is considered search manipulation, and the item was removed. Ooh. Another one, using popular brands for visibility. You used a popular brand name in your item description. So it's kind of the same thing as like saying Chanel jacket, and then Chanel jacket in your description, and it's really not a Chanel jacket. Compatible with is another one. The phrase compatible with followed by several unrelated brand names is restricted. Your listing was removed because it created a misleading search experience. And this person sells cameras, and cameras and like camera gear and lenses, and she said that she was selling a Canon lens, but she said the other cameras that it was compatible with, and she put the brand names, and you can't even do that. Mixed brand lot, also not allowed. I have done that many times, but I list out all the brands. So let's see what eBay says. It says listing that combines items of multiple brands into one listing when the brands differ are considered misleading. I'm really shocked by that. I do that all the time. Maybe this person didn't list them out. So let me give you an example. Like, let's say I'm gonna make a lot, meaning I'm gonna sell multiple items in one listing of like these 5 items. But what I do is I put them together by size. I just sold one yesterday. It was 5 Chico tops, and they were all a size extra. No, sorry. I do them when they have the same brand, but the one I did yesterday was Chico and Talbot's. So it was 3 Chico's tops, 2 Talbot's tops, but they were all a size like large, extra large. So I put in there large, extra large, Talbot's, Chico's, workwear, button-up tops. Some of them were linen, cotton, so I put some of those keywords in. But then in the description, I very clearly detailed, okay, 3 Chico's tops, the blue one is a size large, this one's extra large. I put measurements for everything. I love doing that. It's a little more time consuming to list it out, but not really, because I've gotten so fast at listing. But I can find those tops all day for $2. And guess how much that lot sold for? Comment down below your guess. I'll tell you at the end of the video. I need to remind myself to tell you, but it's a great way for me to make some great profit on just everyday items that a lot of people pass. And I've never got a violation for doing that on eBay. I've been doing that for years. So I don't know if I'm just doing it right by listing individually. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Another violation is hidden keywords. Your listing included hidden text intended to manipulate search results. Hidden or obscured keywords are not permitted. And what this person did, all of you will remain anonymous. I just appreciate all of you that have given me your feedback that violated. I'm not laughing at you, girl, but it is funny. I guess she would put like 100 keywords in the description, but she would make it white so it didn't like muddy up her description on eBay. And eBay's AI or bot caught that and was like, stop putting all these extra keywords and then whiting it out. That is hilarious. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what you did. Okay, and number 10, repeated violations. So, I told you, I just got my first violation. They said, I did chat with the eBay representative. You guys know. If you are not new here, subscribe. My motto is I share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about reselling on this channel, and I am a chat warrior. If I have any issues with ThreadUp, The RealReal, eBay, I get on the chat. I love using their chat because I can get an instant answer. Poshmark, we all know they don't have a chat currently. I'm filming this end of 2025. Maybe when you're watching this they do. You have to email them currently, but apparently someone got their account suspended because they kept repeatedly violating this policy. So I got my first one. I confirmed with the eBay representative that even though they took down multiples of my listings, they took down 5, it's considered one like strike, he said, but he was like, for this policy, we very rarely have repeat offenders, but it takes multiple strikes. He didn't tell me how many. He just said it takes multiple before you get in like big trouble. And all of the listings of mine that they took down were the ones that I said, as seen on that actress, or as seen on CSI. It was all the stuff that I said, as seen on. So I'll just take that down. But 2 of you said that you actually got your account temporarily suspended because you just kept doing what you were doing. So be careful, friends. That is all of the ways you can trigger this policy. And I had no idea it even existed. And like I said, probably the #1 thing I do, I don't do keyword stuffing. I don't do all of those things. I'm very honest here. Subscribe if you like honesty. I don't do any of those things like new. I don't hide keywords, but I do create mixed brand lots, and I've never gotten in trouble. So now I'm wondering, I'm going to chat with the eBay representative because I'm wondering, is it just okay because I'm actually individually listing everything out? I've seen so many sellers that do that. I think as long as you do it properly and list everything, you know, and don't say like Chanel lot and it's all from JCPenney. People do some crazy stuff, friends. So be careful. I learn something new every day. I always tell you, friends, I'm like, I've been doing this for part-time for 16 years. It makes me feel so old. And I learned, I had no idea this policy existed. So they took all those listings down. He did tell me I can just redo them, you know, and just make sure I don't put a celebrity name, a show name. I'll just put like as seen on TV. But the most common ways are the keyword stuffing, like new. Just be careful, friends. And this policy is not going anywhere. And the eBay agent even confirmed, he's like, this is going to be, more people are going to have violations because with, he just said, he didn't say bot or AI. He said with the technology we're using now, it's so much easier for us to catch people violating this policy. So subscribe, friends, if you enjoy these update videos. If you are new, I upload multiple times a week. I'm filming this the day you're watching it. So Friday, I have this video going out, and then Saturday, we have another video, and Sunday, so I am here frequently. And we are so close to 26,000 subscribers. So subscribe, sign up for the email newsletter. I only email you once a week. It's free. It's very similar to these videos, just reselling tips, products that are helping me, things that are happening, what's selling for me. And I send you a free ebook. It's a 13-page Bolo brand guide. It's electronic. You can save it to your phone while you're outsourcing. It's like a thank you for joining my email list, and it's free. So I'll link that down below. Subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, by the way, that 5-piece bundle, friends, 5-piece bundle, $92. I paid a total of $10. It sold for $92, and the buyer paid shipping. I have been saying this to my oldies but my goldies. That's what I call my long-term subscribers for years. Do not sleep on making bundles. I have been doing it so much more in 2025. Like, I created an activewear Lululemon bundle, just sold that last week. I create workwear bundles all the time because a lot of people, like I said, at the Goodwill outlet, they're skipping Banana Republic dresses, they're skipping Chicos, they're skipping Talbots. I collect them, I collect them, I put them in like sizes, and I sell them. I sure do, and I make very good money doing it. So I'm gonna chat with eBay though to make sure I'm doing it the way they want me to do it. I've never received a violation for it, and I will keep you posted. But don't sleep on making those bundles.